In this section, we're going to be creating one of my favorite images from the series. This is the Queen of Spades image, where we actually have our subject on both the top and the bottom of the image. It's going to be really, really cool. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into Photoshop. So we're going to start off by opening up our images for this section. Let's hit Control or Command O. Okay, and now we have 08 exercise 2 final.tif. Now this is actually the final image. So I'm going to hit spacebar here, and you can get an idea of what we're actually going to be creating in this tutorial. Really, really cool image. We've got our Queen of Spades. Basically, our subject is, and this is not the same subject. These are two separate photos. You probably noticed that one's looking at you and one is not. So we're going to build that out and then also rebuild the stairs and put our type in there and create our entire image. Okay, so this is here. This TIFF is there for your reference, just in case you want to take a look at it. You don't, if you're not able to follow along, you can take a look at that reference and see how we built that out. Okay, now for now, let's go ahead and open up our RAW 1 and RAW 2. So I'm going to hit Control or Command, click on both of those, and hit Open. Okay, now here we have both of our RAW images in our in Camera Raw here. So what I'm going to do is Shift-click both of them so we can start editing both. So we're going to go to our Lens Corrections. Let's go ahead and enable Lens Corrections, and it's going to do it on both at the same time. Okay. Let's go over to our exposure adjustments, and things for the most part look really good. We're going to bring our shadow level up just a little bit, all right, and we're going to bring our vibrance level up as well. All right, and let's bring up clarity just a tiny bit also. All right, and again, that's going to do this on both images at the same time. So let's go ahead and hit Open Images. It's going to open both of the images. Just make sure you Shift-click to both of the images, so we'll go ahead and open both of them. All right. Cool, looking great. So the first thing we want to do is get both of our images onto the same document. So we're going to use the Move tool, V, and then hold down Shift and click and drag from one document to another. All right, and let's go ahead and hit Control or Command W to close that one out. We don't need it for now. All right, F for full screen. So really simple. Basically, we photographed our subject standing on these stairs that we had built for the photo shoot, and she's just got a pink seamless, this is just a piece of paper, seamless backdrop right behind our subject. So we're going to use this to create our Queen of Spades. All right. Now you see, in this case, the actual stairs that we built out, they totally worked okay for the photo shoot itself, but they don't look that great, right? They look like they were built in a hurry, which is totally fine. We're going to be rebuilding them in Photoshop. All right. So I'm going to start off with basically just kind of like a rough sketch of what we want. And when I do this in Photoshop, usually I'll just like reduce the opacity of one of my layers. And then we're going to hit Control or Command T and kind of bring that around. All right, so we'll say like, okay, yeah, that looks good there. We'll hit Enter. And now, okay, I'm going to use my crop tool. So C for the crop tool and give us a little bit more room in this image. All right, let's give us a little bit more room in that way as well. All right, let's bring our opacity up. There we go. And then I'm going to do a quick job here with my layer mask. Just hit B for my brush tool on my layer mask. And I'm going to go ahead and layer mask out this subject. There we go. Looking pretty good. And then we're going to go ahead and bring our opacity all the way back up to 100. Now in this case, my subject, obviously I zoomed out in one of these images because this subject is a little bit smaller than our other subject. So let's go ahead and hit Control or Command T again. We're going to flip it right around. Okay, and now if you want to compare different images sizes, usually I compare head sizes because heads are generally all about the same size. I mean, there is some variation for sure, but if I want to compare head sizes, we can see that this one is obviously smaller than the other. Okay, so let's hit Control or Command T. There we go. We're going to bring our control point right up to the head there. All right, and then I'm going to hold down the Shift key and the Option key, and we're just going to scale that out a little bit. Okay, so now the head and the feet pretty much match. All right, not perfect, but pretty much, and then our subject should be about the same size. All right, yeah, and they do look about the same size now, which is perfect. Okay, now let's hit Control or Command T again. We're going to flip our subject around. All right, and move her just a little bit. Let's hit Command T, go ahead and move her just a little bit there again. All right,